Good morning. Please stand and join me in singing. You are welcome here. 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 Our arms are wide open. There's room for everyone. Wherever you go and wherever you're from, you are home. You are welcome here. 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 Whatever you've been through, you found us somehow. Wherever you are on your journey now, you are home. You are welcome here. 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 You are welcome here.
So you may be seated for a moment, and you are truly welcome here this morning at Unity of Columbia. We welcome you here in the sanctuary, and those of you on YouTube Live, welcome to everyone on this beautiful morning. Today we're going to have an opportunity to really delve into affirmative prayer. Our Unity chaplains will give us some of their insights from their own practice. And we know that affirmative prayer is the most creative form of thought. One of our principles states this. Prayer heightens the conscious connection with the God mind, and this therefore brings forth wisdom, wholeness, prosperity, and everything good. Prayer does not change God. Prayer changes us by expanding our consciousness. Therefore, when we pray, we affirm that which is truth so that we may cultivate and become closer to accepting that truth for ourselves. And so let's stand and greet each other this morning. Say hello and welcome your neighbor. So let's have a seat and sing our next song.
We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together.
I guess we really stand during the next
We
song.
are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rick Cantrell, and I'll be serving as your facilitator today. We're grateful for all who contribute to our service today, and we welcome everyone here in the sanctuary, and we thank you for those online for being here, especially if Reverend Ann is watching in this morning from the northeast. Welcome. Hope you're having a good time. We want to remind everybody to turn off their cell phones. And we especially would like to welcome anyone that might be visiting us for the first time today. If you are a first-time visitor, we have welcome packets just outside the door on the desk out there. Welcome. Today's reading is by Kathleen Norris. It would be good to find some quiet inland where the waters were still enough for reflection, where one might sense the joy of the moment, rather than plan breathlessly for a dozen mingled treats in the future. And the prosperity thought for today is by Joy and Bev. If I am connected to Great Spirit, then I am abundant. Through my lofty dreams, I express my consciousness of this truth. Just remember, in the winter, far beneath the bitter snows, lies the seed that when the sun's love, this spring will become the rose. God's substance is always there. Let's affirm together, wholeness is my nature and the truth of my life. Now please join me in affirming our vision, mission, and core values. Our vision is, we celebrate a spiritually awakened world. And our mission is, we inspire the awakening and practice of divine love in every heart. In addition, we celebrate our core values, knowing that we have come here to be spirit-centered and to express the values of love, peace, and connection. And now it's time for our children to come to the front of the sanctuary for the children's moment.
Okay, wonderful. It's great to see you here. As you know, we're talking about prayer today, so I brought some things to share. So I wanted to tell you about a few of these things. Let's start with this one here. So this right here is a beautiful wooden necklace, and we can pass it around, or you can kind of look at it if you want. This comes from some wood out of Bethlehem, so it's very special. And this is a prayer necklace. Another one I have, this is from a monastery in Tibet, and this is a mala, and you can see it looks like a bracelet. So why am I showing you these different things? I've got one more. The reason I'm showing you these different things is because every religion, we can talk about whether it's Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, Jewish, Christian, one thing we all have in common is we use beads that look like necklaces or bracelets to pray with. Now, one thing, these are all from sort of different traditions, but I thought, what would that look like with unity? Now, one of the things that we believe in unity is we believe in the 12 powers. I brought a poster to show you. We believe that there are 12 powers that exist within each human being, and we can call on these powers anytime we want to in order to help give us strength or give us courage or give us faith. And you can see that each one has a color associated with it, and each one has a place in the body that you can actually call on by touching it with your hand. So if you needed to call on, for example, the power of sort of, I guess we could say, being in control, that's located in the throat. So what I did is I went ahead and put together, thank you, a bracelet with all of the 12 powers. So I made one with each one of these colors to signify each of these powers that I have within myself. And I wear this bracelet, and then when I feel like maybe I need some, let's see, life, is that red? Yeah. I can just focus on the red bead, and I can look at it and I can remember. So we're going to go today back in the classroom, anybody that wants to come, and we're going to make some of these really neat bracelets so that we can wear them and use them as a reminder that God is always with us, and we are empowered with these 12 powers all the time. All we have to do is call them out, and they give us the strength that we need. So today's affirmation is, I am powerful. Repeat it with me. I am powerful. Now let's take a moment to bless our children. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Thank you.
I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
A couple of announcements this morning. A reminder that the Cleanup Columbia will happen next Saturday at Bear Creek Trail. Families are welcome, and you're invited to wear your Unity t-shirt. Details are in the foyer, and you can also speak with staff this morning. Today at 11:15, there'll be a landscape team meeting. The purpose of the meeting is to restructure the team. Please get a cup of coffee and something to eat, and we'll meet in the living room at 11:15 this morning. Now the daily word, the word for the day is divine order. I see divine order expressing everywhere. I delight in the glorious colors, fragrances, and arrangement of plants in a garden. I celebrate the imagination, the meticulous planning, and the diligent work that transformed a patch of ground, some seeds, water, and fertilizer into a beautiful life-filled place. I recognize the role of divine order in the creation of the garden, expressing through everyone who worked to bring it into being. It began as an idea in divine mind. Someone received the idea, cooperating minds developed a plan, willing hands prepared the soil, planted seeds, and then watered and tended the growing plants. My spiritual vision perceives divine order, the external dance of mind, idea, and manifestation expressing everywhere. And from the book of Genesis, God saw everything that he made, and indeed it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. Meditation, right?
Our thoughts and prayers are always praying. Our thoughts and prayers take charge what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts and prayers are our brain. Our thoughts and prayers take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
So we take this time to have our time of meditation. So take a deep breath and become still and quiet in your chair. And breathe in those words. Our thoughts, our prayers. Every moment of every day, as we glide through life, we are saying that prayer, the prayer that is our life expressing as that Christ that we are. Each person we encounter is part of that process, part of our growth, part of our reminder that everything we do is a prayer, every interaction, every moment. And I'm reminded of that wonderful song, "When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper into my God." We come to recognize our divinity. We come to become aware of when we are expressing that divinity. We're aware when we need to stop, pause, and breathe. Every thought, every word is a prayer. And now we'll enter our silent meditation time. Whether you're participating with us here in the sanctuary or at home, take a few moments to center yourselves and set aside everything else for a few moments. We widen the space within ourselves for the life and peace of God to express. If you're anxious about anything, if you feel a little impatient to get on with things, take a conscious breath and slow down with us for just a moment, so to sense that oneness with the universal, with that God presence. And so we sit for a few moments in the silence. As we come to the end of our silent meditation time, I invite you to take these words out into your daily life, knowing that every thought, every action is a prayer, and so it is.
Our thoughts and prayers, when we are always praying. Our thoughts and prayers, take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer.
Good morning. Wow, thanks. We're talking about prayer today, and prayer can be a process. Affirmative prayer is an empowering prayer. It begins with a recognition of a universal power, and some people call that power God. We shift our attention away from our circumstances and focus our thoughts on our spiritual nature, our oneness with God, oneness with the universe. From this awareness, we realize there is truth with a capital T. It is beyond what we see, and we realize our capacity to think and act accordingly. With this in mind, I'm going to share the 5-step process that I learned working for Silent Unity and through the Prayer Chaplain program. The first step is relaxation. We relax, we breathe deep, and we focus on within. We are willing to believe a truth that sets aside all of our concerns. We take this deep conscious breath. We relax our body and feel our heart open. The second step is concentration. We recognize the power of God within us as life, as love, wisdom, and ever-present good. We center our thoughts on the energy of God within our lives. And we can inhale, God is, and exhale, I am. The third step is meditation. In silent reflection, we see the power of God that is the power within us. We see that divine potential. In the silence, we can experience our divinity. We discover that we share the same attributes of God: love, strength, and wisdom. The fourth step is realization. You know that you have the power to do what is yours to do, to have, to allow the good you desire. Feel as everything has already fallen into place. Imagine the steps you may have to take. You realize, regardless what the circumstances, the outcome is already done. And the fifth is appreciation. We show gratitude. We are grateful for this spiritual awareness, and we are ready to experience the future and express gratitude. So let's give you an example. Currently, I'm experiencing a little health challenge. So my practice has been to relax, to breathe, to focus on the energy of God within me. So I relax. I cease to worry. And I release all my thoughts concerning this issue. I concentrate. I'm concentrating now and realize that I have the power of God within me as life, love, and wisdom, and ever-present good. I concentrate on my body now as whole and healthy. So as I think and I meditate, I feel the power of God healing my body. I feel it moving throughout my whole body now. And I experience that healing wholeness through me now. I breathe in, I am whole, I am well. And I breathe out that condition. I breathe in, I am whole and well. And I breathe out that condition. The fourth is the realization. I realize I am whole and well and am free from any discomfort. I have the power to be whole and well with my body, mind, and spirit, and everything is fine. I'm well. And finally, I show appreciation. I'm grateful for this healing power within me. I give thanks to God, knowing that I am whole and well. I give thanks to the parts of my body where I'm feeling the discomfort. I express gratitude in how it functions and how it will function well. And I give gratitude for all that I do. So in closing, I would say that prayer is recognition there is a power of good within us all and within the universe. And as we recognize this power, we come and see and claim our truth. Thank you.
Good morning. I'd like to talk about renewing prayer. How renewing prayer benefits and renews us. Prayer is talking to God or the Spirit within. Myrtle Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, calls it communion with God. It is moving from our busy minds to our heart center. It is getting our ego self out of the way and tapping into our spirit within, our divine potential. I find it is moving from fear to love. You may come to God with a problem or a heavy burden. When we turn the problem over to Spirit, we find a release or a surrendering. That is when the power within helps us. And I have a little passage from The Healing Letters by Myrtle Fillmore. This is a really great book if anybody wants to read it. There's a chapter on prayer, and she has this section about prayer. This communion is an attitude of mind and heart. It lifts the individual into a wonderful sense of oneness with God, who is Spirit, the source of every good and perfect thing. Possible declaration of the truth of one's unity with God sets up a new current of thought power, which delivers one from the old beliefs and their depression. And when the soul is lifted up and becomes positive, the body and affairs are readily healed. I found this to be true for me, that when I have a problem, bring it to God, to Spirit within. And I find that prayer is like a tune-up for my soul. I feel much more centered and freer and in the flow of life. And when I'm in the flow of life, I feel like I'm expressing myself the way God would intend me to. And like Carol said earlier, prayer doesn't change God, it changes us. And it lifts us up and allows us to be our highest selves. And I will close from a reading from the famous reading from Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So in order to be transformed from the inside out, remember to pray. Remember that, like a good friend, God is always listening and God is always there for us.
We're all going to be saying the same thing. We're all going to be saying it from our own experience. We're all going to be saying what we need to know in this moment, because part of what we know about prayer is that the moments change and then we change, just as we've already been saying. So my change this morning was at 9 o'clock when we were sitting in meditation. I was fine and clear. At 9:30, I thought, oh my God, there's pollen. And so I'm a little verklempt, and so I apologize if I sneeze. The longest relationship I will have in this lifetime is the one that I have with myself. If I'm not clear or balanced in what I see, think, feel, hear, desire, or recommend, or even claim for myself, then I will have an incomplete sense of my being. This obviously will continue and deeply affect all the thoughts, words, deeds, actions, and results that I have in my experience. My life will then reflect each of these. Limits beget limits. Ultimately, my experience will be limited by any lack that I perceive. If I give out and listen to limited beliefs, then what I will get back from myself, from others, from everyone around me, and then also completely from the life force of the universe. The universe is full, open, full, and complete. But if I have a narrow view of that, that's what I get back. My power is to make changes, now and ongoing. As we heard in aren't our children's moments wonderful? They are so giving, you know. And so those 12 powers help us remember that we have the power to change. One of the simplest ways to affirm is with prayer, as we've already been hearing. And along with that, I can access my potential and, of course, the magnificence of the divine presence. Because if I forget who I am, all I have to do is remember this is a universe where we do have oak trees that are having pollen right now. So I know that every little acorn becomes a giant oak tree if it's planted well and cared for. So I'm going to go through this 5 steps of prayer again, and you all are going to hear something different than you heard already. And so while you're doing this, I want you to think of part of the experience that you've had where you have had a really profound experience, or sometimes when we are looking for answers, we find them either in our little fortune cookie, or somebody passes us by and says, hey, that color looks good on you, or somebody else says, you look like you're not doing well. Maybe you need to breathe. Okay, so I want you to think about some of those things while we go through this. So again, the first step is called recognition. It's the acknowledgement of the spirit, of the universe, of God, or the universal mind. It's a perfect mind and infinite, so it's a source of everything that there is. There is no limit. And so my affirmation is, with this as the only power and presence in my life, I acknowledge and build my world consciously. Second is unification. It is a recognition that you're an expression of this same spirit or infinite intelligence. Spirit is acting through me as me, and the individualization is mine fully and completely by divine inheritance, as I am God's light in this world, just like all of you. We are God's light in this world. My true nature is to give the world the divine, because the divine and I are one. So my true nature is to give, and it is to give of me as an expression of God. The third step is the realization. So if I'm dealing with a personal issue, like I used to live in Denver, and the story there was that there were 5,000 parking places that 10,000 people were looking for. And so if I'm trying to find a parking place, that's my personal experience. So if I'm trying to find a parking place, I have to become one with the parking place gods and then find that parking place. So that my realization or declaration is that I am one with God. Now that I'm in the perfect right place, I am finding the perfect right place to park. It is the affirmation itself. I know what is for my best. I now claim it. This could be good health, good, perfect work, finding people to pray with, my deepening spiritual self, all are relationships with goodness and clarity. And this abundance and prosperity are in all aspects of my life. Again, abundance and prosperity are in all aspects of my life. There's not one place where it is not, okay? I acknowledge my desire here and now, as well as into the future, with my best and highest good of all involved. That's one of my standard affirmations. The fourth step is, of course, thanks or gratitude. And this is a deepening step. This is one of those steps where if you've got those first 3 going and you realize that there's infinite intelligence and you're part of it, and you sort of skip through this last little step, it really doesn't put you back into the flow of the universe, just in my limited experience. You give thanks for your knowing, your understanding, your relationship to spirit, knowing the full and complete sense of love abounding. As I'm always in gratitude, I fully accept God's gifts into my life, just as you do in yours, and I am thankful for my life as it is now and will be. I know this is my truth. I give thanks. Okay? And that thankful step leads into then the release. And this is where if you've got the clarity and you've got the gratitude, then the release is forthcoming. So we release this loving prayer and acknowledgement into the universe to God to do its work. I now allow it to unfold in my life. And as I release this in my work, it is now done. My confidence in this law of manifestation, creating this first in my mind, aligning with the universal law, and now I await its appearance with cheerful expectancy. The universe is magnificent. And so, and then the sort of to pull everything together is that, and this is so it is, now and ongoing. Now and ongoing. So here's a fast little example. I only have a few more minutes. Anyway, so the recognition of spirit, as I know there is one divine source, unifying our relationship with spirit, and I am one with that source of all that exists, all that exists. And then our declaration, I know that I am in perfect health, and I claim this for myself now. I am the conduit for that which I am seeking. I am open, I am worthy, and I receive love, joy, and abundance. Love, joy, and abundance, okay? And gratitude, okay, so this one is a little toothier. I give thanks for knowing this truth. I acknowledge this good coming into my life now, and I celebrate the reality of this being present. I now recognize with complete harmony that my spirit soars with love and joy, peace and contentment, thanks and gratitude now and ongoing. Again, sort of closing that up. And as I release this prayer into the law of the universe. I now fully release this expression into the laws of the universe, knowing that it is done, knowing that it is fully done, right here and now, fully and completely, and so it is. Louise Hay has been a guide of mine for a couple of decades, and a lovely person in many ways, and so I like hers because hers are short. Because one of my mentors once said to me, if we could all learn to pray the way sailors swear, we would have that intention. And so that's a picture I can leave with you. And so if I am saying to the universe, well, I think that I want to get a new car, but I'm not sure. The universe needs to know that you mean this, that you intend this, that you will serve with this. So with Louise Hay, she's one of those toothy people too. And so one of her favorite ones is, all is well, everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come, and I am safe. Her second one is, I am safe in the universe, and all life loves and supports me. And thirdly, I am open and receptive to all the healing energies of the universe. Okay. Did you hear all those words? It's complete, okay? So this is what my prayer is for you and for me and for Unity of Columbia, that all of these are true, that we go ahead and we do with emphasis all the joy, all the commitment, all the treasures that we can find, that you too can be part of the universe and you too can know the law that only responds with love, with acceptance, with joy. Okay? So again, everything is working out for my highest good. Say it with me. Everything is working out for my highest good. So it is.
Please stand and sing with me. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy. I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light and brighten someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things, that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
This is the time in our service when we put ourselves into the law of circulation, knowing that in order to receive, we must give. This morning, you're invited to support your spiritual community in consciousness. I now ask that you take your offering, whether you give electronically or by check or cash. Please hold it in your hand and your heart as we say these words together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. We have two symbols of blessing today. First is the love offering given this morning. We bless these gifts, and we're grateful for the opportunity to make a difference in the lives of our spiritual family and the world. Second is the prayer box. In prayer, we expand our awareness that we are expressions of God, and we receive an abundance of all that we need to fulfill our soul's purpose. Thank you. Now is the time in our service where we hold others in prayer. Please speak your loved one's name aloud so that we can collectively hold space. For all the names on our heart, know that you are heard and seen in our collective God mind. Filled with that abundance, please rise and sing with us our prayer of protection.
God is here, the light of God surrounds us. God is here, the love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God washes over us. Wherever we are, God is.
This morning we have two Unity chaplains who will be available after today's service to pray with you. As you move into your week, I invite you to show up in the world as you were wonderfully and beautifully made, in joy and in pure love. Wherever you are, God is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be with God as Creator. Family all are we as we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joy as well. To take each moment